Americanism, not globalism, will be our credo. Then we can be assured that other nations will not treat America with respect, the respect that we deserve.
What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American Politics, back in with a new video, and today we're going to be doing a real 2022 prediction for the month of April. I know, I had a bullshit video yesterday about a blue wave year. That was bullshit, okay? I'm sorry I did not clarify that, but I thought that it was April 1st, which it was, and people didn't realize it. So, again, yesterday's video was bullshit. That's not my real prediction. Just ignore it. That's a meme. But this is my real Senate prediction for 2022. It's not going to be a blue wave here. Let's get that out of the way right off the bat. It is, however, going to be a red wave here. It's a matter of how big, though, and it could be pretty big. So let's get right into it. No bullshit. This is the real prediction for the month of April. Obviously, we're getting rid of all the, states that no matter what you do, they're going to vote that way. And again, a state like Maryland, if Hogan ran, it could have been within 10. All right, probably would have been within 10. The problem is he's not running, so it's not going to be within 10. And of course, Washington. We'll get to that in a minute, but just hang on for a second. We'll get to that in a second. As for the Republican seats, Alaska, guys, the people saying that, Murkowski is going to actually win, that's bullshit. She's not going to win. I mean, you look at approval ratings or favorability ratings, they're in the low 30s statewide. And I know they have that crappy election system, but it's like, okay, you're going to need every single Democrat win a huge chunk of independents and then win some Republicans over. It's like, that's not happening. And personally, my favorite candidate in this campaign, the Chewbacca, who is a friend of Chewbacca, who's a Wookiee. Like a crappy joke. The point is, she's the favorite candidate in this race. She's going to win, my opinion, easily. So it is a safe Republican seat as of now. Utah, Idaho. Again, with Utah, the Muffin's not going to win. A recent poll showed that, he's at like 20% with a Democrat. It's like, yeah, no, you're not going to win. I mean, Mike Lee was in like the low 40s there. It's like, good luck. You're not winning that race. The Dakotas, Kansas, both the Oklahoma races again. Inhofe retired. Arkansas, Missouri. Now, for Missouri, look, I'm just saying this right out. The Democrats have no real candidates. That's why it's going to be safe. I mean, past years, they usually had one, semi-moderate candidate in this race. This year, they don't. They really don't have anybody. So, whoever the nominee is for Republicans, they're probably going to win by a lot. Of course, Iowa, Chuck Grassley, I mean, the dude's going to win. It's a matter of, like, if it's by 15 or by 30. It's like, he's going to win. So, yeah, Democrats, keep wasting your money on Iowa. That's a great place to waste money at. Louisiana, that's obvious. Alabama, South Carolina, Kentucky, Indiana. Those are obvious. And I am moving Florida to the safe column. Now, the reason for that is simple. It's just Marco Rubio's going to win. And you look at all this fundraising data. Again, fundraising data, not always the number one thing to look at for elections. However, you look at it for statewide races like, Florida. Here's what's happening. All the Val Demings, fundraising numbers, they're all coming from New York, all coming from California. It's like nothing from Florida itself. Rubio is getting a lot of donations from Florida. Now, there is a chunk that's coming from, like, Texas, but still, it's nothing like, oh, all these big dollar donations from, some company in California, like Demings is. He's actually getting individual contributions from people in Florida. So he's going to win. Plus, he's won both times by a lot. It's like, give me a break. A red trending state, all the above. It's like, that state's not going to go to Val Demings or the Democrats at all. So that's the for sure, no matter what you did, safe states. And there's one state in the Northwest I gotta discuss. I made a whole video about it piss some people off with it. I am still sticking with this as of now. Again, this could change in 2 months. I am saying that Washington will be a likely Democrat state. I'm not saying, 5 years from now, Republicans will win it. Just this specific election, based on the polling data we do have, based on what we do know, this race is going to be surprisingly close. Reason for that is simple. Murray is only like 50% of her poll numbers, while Smiley, who is a Republican, while still in the low 40s, she's still trending upwards, while Murray's basically stuck at 50%. She's not moving up. So it's that's not crazy to think about. Plus, it is Washington, so if a Republican, ran, good campaign, it could be within 10, and it does appear Smiley is running a solid campaign. I'm also wearing Colorado here. It's obvious. It's just obvious why. I mean, it's Colorado, but Bennett is the only reason this race will not be safe. I mean, Bennett always underperforms greatly. It's why? It's how do you screw up that badly? So yeah, it will be a 9-10 point victory for Bennett, unless Court Gardner enters, which I don't think he will. That's the only way I see this race being within 5 points, is if Gardner ran. But as of now, I do have the race as likely Democrat. For the likely Republican states, it's obvious. Wisconsin, Democrats have no main candidate. All the candidates suck, and they don't appeal to anybody except those shitty, suburbanites that, claim to be true conservatives but haven't voted Republican in 30 years. That's who they're appealing to. It's you're not gonna win in Wisconsin with that strategy. Ohio, again, it's Ohio. It's trendy Republican. It's people that really think Tim Ryan has a chance, barring Timken's nomination, that's the only way he can lose within 5 points. Outside of that, Ryan is going to get crushed. It's a matter of if it's by 6-7 points or 12 or 13 points. As of now, I do have it as likely Republican. North Carolina, the issue Democrats, their candidates just suck. Their candidates there just suck. I mean, their main frontrunner is a former Supreme Court justice in North Carolina. But the issue is, she lost in 2020 as an incumbent in one of the best election cycles for Democrats ever. It's how do you expect her to win in a red wave year, in a red trending state like North Carolina? It's that's not going to happen. So that state is, of course, likely Republican. So now we have 5 more states that will determine who wins the Senate and all that good stuff. We're going to go from Nevada all the way to New Hampshire. With Nevada, Lake Salt's going to win. The Salt is going to win the state of Nevada. I mean, Castro, all right? I know it's Cortez. I call her Castro. The point is Cortez is not going to win that race. It's one of those times where Republicans have a good opportunity to pick up a seat. And this is the time. It's a red trending state, barring, election Twitter's belief that, no, it's actually trending Democrat. No, it's trending Republican. Democrats have collapsed in the state, and all the polls are indicating that Democrats have no energy in the state of Nevada. So that's my opinion as of now. Arizona, same deal. Look, Arizona's a weird spot where on paper it's trending Democrat, but in reality it may be, trending a bit Republican. Again, it's a bit weird with Arizona, but it's you look at some of the party registration numbers, it's improving for the Republicans. It's ooh, that's interesting. And no matter who the candidate is, I personally think that Mark Kelly knows he's done. That's why he's voting the way he is. I mean, if he thought he had a real chance of winning, he wouldn't vote for Jackson as a Supreme Court justice. He wouldn't, but he is. And Republicans do have a couple good candidates, of course. Blake Masters, my guy. I mean, Baranovich is okay, but it's just go away. Why? So, yeah, my opinion, Arizona is lean Republican. Now we have Georgia. I think, Walker's going to win by 3 to 4 points. It's one of those states where Warlock won on a fluke. That's what it is. I mean, I know George is trending a bit Democrat, but you look at everything that happened in 2020, he only won because of those stimulus check crap. If frickin' Loeffler, said, hey, I'm going to support, stimulus checks months prior when Trump supported it, she would have won by 5 to 6 points. Plus, she ran an awful campaign, her debates sucked, and they waited till the very last second to get Trump to actually campaign for her. It's a scam. Walker, on the other hand, is actually campaigning, and I personally think he's going to win by 3 to 4 points. Now, Pennsylvania is the tire fire to behold. I mean, this is a dump of an election race. It's just a matter of who's who, right? If Democrats nominate Fetterman, no matter who the Republican is, they win by like 2 to 3 points. But as of now, because the Republicans, have such a mess of a primary, that I do think it's going to be a close race within a point. But whether if it's Dr. Oz, Dave McCormick, whoever, I think it's a tilt Republican race as of now. Again, it's going to be a very close race, but I think Republicans have the edge. It's just a matter of what happens the next couple of months. Again, if Fetterman's a nominee, it's lean Republican, no matter who. But as of now, I'm being safe, especially with the primary being a shit show. I'm having it as tilt Republican. Now we have New Hampshire, and this is just pain. But I do think Democrats can win this race, not by a lot. They're going to win it by like a quarter of a point. It's be exactly like it was in 2016. Look, Republicans have an issue in New Hampshire. It's a state that should trend Republican in the next couple of cycles. But it's like you don't have a good candidate for the Senate race. I know you got Bolduc, or however you say that guy's name. But the point is, Republicans, they needed, one of the Sununus. It didn't have to be Chris Sununu. It could have been John Sununu. But it wasn't. So, and again, I don't think Bolduc's awful. It's just, I don't think he's going to win. I mean, if this was if it is a big red wave year, bigger than 2010, Bolduc probably wins. It's just one of those situations where it's so hard to tell with New Hampshire. I mean, New Hampshire, their voting records are just cursed. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. But as of now, I do have it as tilt Democrat. It could be tilt Republican. It's just a matter of what happens the next couple months. And this, folks, is my current Senate prediction for 2022. And again, some things could change. New Hampshire could become tilt Republican. Washington could be safe Democrat. It's a matter of what happens the next couple months. Big developments in its campaigns, and yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash like down below, subscribe, share with a friend, hit the little bell, and yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Godspeed to all of you.